Live from Fest.
Live from Fest, GM, Adrian. Yeah, you can see it's that time of year, but we're not there this year. So I do have my base camp from Fest last year. Base camp is going to be somewhere else this year, but last year we were up in Idlewild, and Poi Meets World was heading there yesterday, so she couldn't join us for poker because she was like, I'm going to be on that windy road. Remember that winding road? I'm like, yes, I do remember that winding road. I remember it well. So yeah, so everyone's up there, but it does look like we're at Fest right now between both of us, our backgrounds.
Which is this is my old Fest background, and I like to bring it back because
I love it. I know it's a good background too.
Takes you to a place.
It does. Let me cast some things out because we're it's awfully quiet right now. So let's make sure we're live. Are we actually live? Let's check. Let's make sure. As we get started today, it's going to be it's quiet. It's been quiet on the timeline a little bit. There's a lot going on in the world of crypto, but it's been a little quiet on the timeline, and we are live, so that's good. So I'm going to just cast out on Twitter, but we are live, and I'm going to just throw up our little intro, and we'll be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster, and happy Friday. It is Friday, August 1st. Holy cow. And you are here with Danish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And I'm going to give this I'm going to give this a little boost over there on Twitter just to see if we can get a few more folks in here. Adrian, you were out and about in New York City yesterday. And you even saw our friend Justin, and I was a little jealous. So how was your trip into the city?
You should be. We had a good time.
She didn't even try to make me feel better about it. You should be.
He asked me, he said, so I don't know Nanish Prof's first name, and I think that's really weird.
Did you tell him, or are you like, I'm not telling you, it's a secret?
I told him. He said, whoa, I wouldn't have guessed that.
We should let people guess. If you're in the chat and don't know my real first name, feel free to guess right now.
But we met for a coffee, and then we got hungry, so we went for lunch. And I pulled up the Blackbird app to find somewhere to eat. And there was a restaurant like a block away. So I hadn't used Blackbird since FarCon. So we all downloaded Blackbird app for FarCon because they brought in breakfast and it was really cool. You could find a restaurant that accepts Blackbird. You could make the reservation. It's like through whatever reservation system I think the restaurant has. So it ended up being open table. And then when you go in, there's a little little tap to check in.
Oh, cool.
That says you're there. And then, the restaurant partners with Blackbird, so they know. So you just tell the waitress we're paying with Blackbird. And then when it's time to leave, you just pay on your phone and leave.
That's awesome. And you were able to pay with crypto?
Like I was not able, USDC? I didn't know.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's the one piece missing. That would be perfect.
Yeah. And then, but you can play, I think you can pay with Fly.
Oh, with Fly. Yeah.
Which is their rewards token. I wonder if you can convert. Can you buy Fly? I don't know. Or is it only?
I think so. I thought you could buy it.
I think so. Maybe you can. Yeah, I think you can pay with Fly then.
I think you can pay with Fly. I'm trying to remember because I only have used it at FarCon and I was having trouble with it. I think it was me and my connection or whatever. But I think you could play with Fly.
Yeah.
So that
It's
is very
really
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's just not so many places near me. I'm not in the city all the time.
Right. Right. Yeah, if you're in New York, in the New York area, like that, you've got a lot of options there, I think. But otherwise, yeah, they're still working on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Probably LA too, I would guess, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure where they've expanded. But yeah, definitely check that out. That's very cool. And Justin looks so happy. While you were doing that, I was playing poker. And this was a lot of fun. We had Aptos Poker last night. We've been doing a 4-game series. This was game 2. Our friend Jolie was the winner and Thumb was the runner-up. So they'll both be on the championship table. Technically, JC, our friend Sparks, was the winner of the game, but she is not allowed to actually win. So she only wins bragging rights because she does work for Aptos now. So it was a lot of fun. I've had a really good time getting to know some of the Aptos team as well, but this is always so fun. I'm always really stressed about it, and I can't quite understand why I have extra stress for poker games. There's something about it, but it always
Like
goes really well.
more so than doing trivia
or this. Oh, trivia, I have no stress. None when we go live because we have producers. I just the talent. I just show up.
It's
So
poker.
it's
There's
like
it's
really
like
low
too
stress.
many other variables of people that
I
you
think
don't
so.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's too many variables and it gets me a little stressed. But it's always really fun. And we had over 750 people watching at one point.
Yeah.
Like live simultaneously. So it was really really fun. You can go check it out. You can watch the game, put it on the background, listen to it, whatever, and you learn a little bit about Aptos while you watch a fun poker game. And the funniest thing in this clip, I'm not going to play it, but you can go look at it on my profile. Kia ended up out in the first hand, taken out by Undefined in the first hand. And then he just disappeared. Like most of the time when people end up out of the game, they're in the losers lounge. We'll talk to them. We were going around introducing. We didn't even get to him yet. He was out.
Left.
On.
Yeah. Did he know there was a lounge?
I don't even know. I don't think we even had a chance
maybe.
to tell him. I think he did know. Because he's played on that platform before. But it was funny. It was funny. It was like the very first hand, and he was out. It was like, wait, what just happened? It was almost like we didn't even know what was going on because I was busy just like starting up the stream. So it was really funny. But we have another game on Tuesday and then our final game next Thursday. So lots of fun. Come watch live. It's more fun when you watch live and you can cheer on your favorite players. We had people in the chat. It was a lot of fun. And they were rooting for Thumb. They were rooting for Thumb. Moving on to some Farcaster news. This from V, collectible earnings up to 31,000 now. That's crazy. But that's great. Great to see, and great to see people still bidding. I've seen some interesting ideas around this too, about different ways that people are using the auctions. And this was really cool to see. We had, whoops, I'll come back to that. This from Jan Furla, bid on this collectible to get a custom Trippy PFP for a while. He was making these back when you could actually have a GIF as your PFP. And thus it became the whole to-do about animated GIFs on Farcaster because they mess things up, especially on Android, I guess is the problem. So that's why we no longer have them. But actually, if somebody has a Trippy PFP, if you click on it and the image pops up, it will still be, let me see if this one is, there you go. It will still be that Trippy image, the animated image, but it just doesn't show up in the feed. So anyway, I thought this was a cool use of the auction. You can come bid on this and get your own custom PFP. And if you need an example of what the custom PFP looks like, here you go. And this was funny. New Trippy PFP is stamped on the blockchain, DWR.eth, my arch enemy, static and monochromatic. Every animated PFP's nightmare. So I think he had made this for him a long time ago, and then he actually created it as an NFT. So that was the difference. But funny, very funny, and I love that. It looks great. There was one more. This is another attempt or approach to the collectibles. This was from Sloppy Pencil. I'll be drawing with my good friend Holokid live on stream as part of Betterment Neon Chain Summer Sessions. We did this awesome piece last time, so tune into what we cook next. Bid on this cast and be the winner of the next collab piece, freshly minted for the winner of the bid. So that's pretty cool. Not sure who won the new one, but congratulations if it's you. Kind of love that. That's very cool. All right, moving on. We had DWR doing another AMA. Haven't done one of these in a while. We'll be a bit slow to respond. So I haven't read through this. Did anything jump out to you from these questions?
Nothing in particular, except I think Dan already booked his flight to Rome. Is the only one that. No, I'm just kidding. He said he would consider going.
What?
Okay. He consider going.
What?
It's nothing in particular, but I scrolled through and read the answers, and like people ask good questions, and he does. I think what stands out is his ability to answer a question with so few words and make the answer feel complete.
Okay. That's valid.
So so they're really short answers, and yet the questions are fully answered. So there's a good example.
Like, the question from Dish: what has been the most rewarding part of building Farcaster? And the answer was all the new relationships. And it's like, that says a lot in 4 words. So I get what you're saying for sure. So very cool. He hasn't done one in a while. So go take a look. I haven't read through all of them, but I did see this thing at top. What are the recent learnings from the hiring process? And nothing jumps out. We increased the team by 50% in less than 3 months. So not everything will work out, and that's fine. So that's a interesting approach. Like, I think that I'm going to guess. I shouldn't say I think that. I'm going to guess that no, actually, he's talked a little bit about this. He learned a lot from Coinbase, from working there and their hiring process. And I saw an interview with him recently that he talked a little bit more. Oh, I know what it was. It was with Coach Hole. That one. Coach, what's his name? Coach Cole.
Coach Cole.
I almost said, I don't know why I was going to Hyoli. I don't know why. So Coach Cole, and he did talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I went there. He did talk about learning about hiring and how important that is and getting it right. So taking the time, doing those trial runs, all that stuff. I think that is super important. So I think that's really interesting. And then there are a couple other ones that I just scanned through real quick. I like this: most critical learning curve to climb as a seed stage tech CEO. For pre-product market fit, CEO role doesn't matter. Stay focused on product market fit. Don't let other people tell you have it. Always be truth seeking. That's another very quick answer that says a lot.
Right.
Says a lot. All right. So go take a look through there, especially if you're a founder and working on anything on Farcaster. I think it's going to be very useful. This from Linda: huge thanks to Deodad, Horsefax, and Daniel and team for making a lot of improvements to dev tooling recently. Always a work in progress to make even better. Feel free to send me feedback. And that was in response to Derek from Native saying, I'd just like to shout out and show some love to the Farcaster team. Not sure who's responsible for the developers tooling. It's come really far in a short amount of time. Well done. So very cool. Nice to see those efforts being appreciated. Not always a sexiest thing, but the most necessary thing.
Yeah. I like the way you shout out Daniel. Everybody gets there.
I just can't. I can't with his handle. I can't. I know I'm going to mess it up. So he gets the first name.
Pirosby 3. We love you.
We love you. We can't say your name. We just can't. So I'm always going to say your first name. You're one of the few people who I know his first name.
And it's an automatic.
I don't even hesitate anymore. I go right to it. So funny. Okay, this from GT. We are experimenting with an updated way of casting on Farcaster app. It will allow you to browse the feed as usual while media uploads occur. So that's cool. If you are someone who has been casting heavy media and want to try it out, reply in this thread. Warning, you must be comfortable with unexpected failures during this testing period. I like the warning. I did like the warning. I think that's like the warning for Farcaster in general. You must be comfortable with unexpected failures during this testing period.
Should I go bid on that cast? I want that.
That's a good cast. I think that warning is fantastic. And I think that's really good for life lessons as well. Like there you go.
Must
just life
be
advice.
Comfortable with unexpected failures during, and I guess consider the testing period life.
Yeah. Just some life advice. There you go. I usually jump right on these types of things, and I was like, I can't. I'm not in the mood for unexpected failures.
You know what I love? People already bid on this cast. Like,
I'm sure.
I'm sure. Particularly collectible, collectible-ish. But I bid on it because I just like you must be comfortable.
You must be comfortable with unexpected failures during this testing period. I'd like it too.
Yes.
Are you still bidding on a lot of casts? I actually am. Like, and it's very haphazard. It's very like I just see it and I bid, and that's it.
I find myself on web wanting to bid, like when it's not available, and then on mobile not as much. But
I would totally bid on this one as well if it was right here, but I don't have that option. So yeah, I agree. I would definitely be bidding more, but I'm still bidding quite a bit. This from Melissa Burr. Get better together for 40 million better. Rules. You have until Monday, August 4th to submit a vertical video. Can hide your face. Enjoy a boost on the leaderboard also. Quote cast this cast with Get Better Together. Cross post on X for bonus points. Be sure to tag Betterment. Please include, what do you want to get better at? What do you want to get? Why do you want to get better? How are you going to get better? And who can possibly help you get better? So like thinking about self-improvement here. The top 15 on the Karma leaderboard on August 4th will be able to nominate a finalist, and Toady Hawk, Netnose, Burr, and celebrity guest judge, me, will choose, I don't know why I'm a celebrity, but okay. We'll choose 4 winners from the nominations. Each winner will win 10 million better token. And Burr, Toady, and Toady will also be awarding tip-in to all entries. Some say Toady may be unhinged with Noise also, and he is. Winners will be announced on GM Farcaster live on Wednesday, August 6th, but you won't be here. Let's get better together. But I think this is like a really cool idea playing off of the better pun, which, I mean, Toady Hawk has never met a pun he doesn't like. So, by this way, this kind of looks like you. A little bit. Gave me a little bit of Adrian vibe.
How? I mean, I don't disagree, but how is it like that's something like it's like 3 lines of fluorescent? That's
it just reminds me of you for some reason. You know what it reminds me of? The PF. Yes, exactly. It reminds me of that.
Farcaster.
Farcaster PFP, which reminds me of you. So the OG NFT. So that's funny. But yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Looking forward to that. So if you are interested, jump in. It's gonna be fun. We already did that. We did this one. Horsebacks. Watching the social economy grow is one of the most satisfying things about building Farcaster right now. Company's collectible bid just went straight to offline's crowdfund. There are faces or at least identities to most interactions. Stable exchange and cozy networks will probably always be more boring than letting the animal spirits rip, but it feels good. So I kind of, I really liked this. And this was also, he was quote casting an earlier, one of his own casts. It says there's an immediacy and velocity to exchange in the social economy that is new and different from other crypto interactions. Tips come in, tips go back out. I earned a pay-per-view reward last week and spent it on other people's content. This kind of exchange is one-to-one, personal, and often repeated. So I think, that is something that's special that people are not as familiar with. I'm looking for my social network hat. I don't think I have it handy. Oh, there it is. Social economy hat. This is what I was looking for. Put a double hat on for a second.
Double hat day.
For a second. Yeah. So I think that there's really something to that a lot of people may not realize, but I think they will. I think as more people are coming on to the base app, they'll see that. So I think there's, I think we'll see more of that sort of understanding of what that economy looks like. So again, as people are buying content either on TBA as a coin or on here as a collectible, or earning tips, and then kind of like this, let's say it, flywheel.
It's a flywheel. It's just a flywheel.
It's just a flywheel. Flywheel's happening.
We're just increasing. We're just increasing the velocity of money spent.
That's all. That's all that's going on. So I was noticing I hadn't pulled offline's cast, so I'm just going to pull this up really quick too. That Horsefax was referring to. She did I think it's a she did a crowdfund to help get her offline labs off the ground. So this was to say thank you to my investors. I collaborated with the dude to airdrop something special to you. 76 people out here pitching into my dreams. It feels surreal, not going to lie. Farcaster has become the playground where I've chosen to spread my wings. I knew this journey wouldn't be easy, but the support and love I've received so far fuels me to keep going. I hope you enjoy this piece. Anyone who donates from now until the end will also receive this collab. So you can go donate to Offline Labs if you want to. And I think the plan is she is working on a online store that with her art. So very cool. I was looking for it. There you go. Online store that sells teas I designed. So there you go. So very cool. And I love that. Yeah, that things just kind of circle back in. Speaking of another thing, I'm not going to play this video, but you can see Phil walking through the gallery for Node Foundation that they are redesigning. So they were getting ready for some demo. And what I loved about this was that he was kind of taking us along for the journey and talking about what they're doing for Node Foundation. And this is going to be focused on crypto art and crypto culture. So very exciting. Digital art, I should say, more so than just crypto art. So very exciting to see this coming down. And Node Foundation is who bought the CryptoPunks. So they also now own CryptoPunks, the IP itself, and bought that from Yuga Labs. So that is very cool. So I'm sure you'll see quite the collection of CryptoPunks in there as well. But I'm really excited to see what Phil comes down with. So yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yes.
Fun and exciting. So go along for the ride with Phil. And then lastly, before I jump into, I got to switch over to my other set of links, a bunch of other things. But this from Linda, I'm kind of tempted to try out a Farcaster daily show, talking to top builders in crypto and clips for virality to see how it goes and if it drives new builders users to Farcaster. Already stream multiple times per week for Farcaster onboarding in mini apps, so why not? So this was in response to, they were talking about TPBN, I think I've got the letters right, And Phil had said they cracked a viral format. The combination of a daily show with several guests per day means that each guest is doing marketing for the show. Once you hit a critical mass, people see their friends on the show, they clamor to join themselves. So on that point, I disagree. I don't think that is why they're doing so well. I think they're doing so well in a very short period of time because they had really good connections. Period. Full stop. They had really good connections and they were funded well.
Oh, we're going there?
I'm just saying TPBN, like the reason that they got off the ground so quickly.
I know. I was like, the question was like, where do they come from? And the answer was like, oh, they just had a good they're just good content creators.
Really good content creators. Oh,
they just had good guests. All you need is good guests. And I realized that's what we've been missing. So
previous guests, you guys just suck and we need better.
I'm really happy to announce who we're having on next week.
Who we having on next week?
I'm kidding.
I have no idea.
Anyway, it's funny.
I mean, like they were already really super connected within the tech industry.
Do you know how they're funded?
A16Z for one. And then a whole bunch of other people. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah. So that's listed on there as one of their sponsors. So I'm pretty sure that's who funded them. I know that is actually, I saw it somewhere. I just can't remember right now. So I don't want to, I can't pull the source at the moment, but I know I saw that. And they're also like, if you look at their sponsors, they're listed there. So I think, it's a whole different thing. It's like a celebrity starting a podcast. When you start from millions, it's way easier.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm just explaining, first of all, you can't just do that and suck at the content part and have it work. Like, I'm not saying that, not taking anything away from like what they're doing. It is good content. It's fun to watch. They're good at what they do. So, but the reason that they've sort of looks like they came out of nowhere is because they didn't really come out of nowhere. They were very well connected within the industry that they're covering. So, but I'm excited to see Linda try this. I really am. She's already been doing some streaming. She's good at it. Like, I think it's going to be really fun to see what she does for sure. So yeah. And there was a cast also, she had casted about, and this is before I hadn't seen her other cast about this, casting about, is anyone doing this? Is anyone doing, and I said, well, we're kind of doing that. And apparently Thread Guy is retooled and is doing something a little bit like the TPBN kind of thing. We'll see if he can make that pivot because he's been more of a traditional streamer. So it'll be interesting to see. And then 11 a.m., which is Seed Club. So I think they just rebranded their Internet Explorer. So we've got a lot of things kind of popping, and I think it's all bull market vibes.
Oh, yeah.
That's my guess. Like, why all of a sudden we have so much new approaches, I think that's what it is. So, yeah. Thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on Linda is yay. And I love her approach of like, I'm thinking about doing, so just do it. Right. Like, it's like, you just do it. And so many people I think we've talked to in the past who have like thought about doing podcast or streaming, and you try to plan things out. It's so hard to. So it's like
so hard.
The easiest thing is like, just start doing it, and you see how it goes and iterate. So excited for her. And she's kind of so comfortable and natural. And she's got a great Twitter following. It's so
huge.
She's getting views, and it's so good for Farcaster. And that's great for Linda. As far
she's
as
got the right,
content,
and she's got the right pedigree too. And when I say by pedigree is like experience. Like, she's got the Coinbase experience, she's got the VC experience, she's got the founder experience. So it's like the right sort of mix and a tremendous amount of connections. So I
and
can't
just like
see how
naturally
curious
and interesting. And she's should we just talk about how much we love Linda?
Yeah, we just love Linda. Yeah. So I think she's going to crush it.
How can you not?
How can you not? Yeah.
And then as far as all of the different content experience, like, yay, more of it.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
it's new content's good. And
Yep.
be right back, going to apply for a job. 16Z has a $400,000 podcast job
BRB.
opening. Yeah.
BRB.
Is that for is that are they looking for a show? Are they looking for a podcast? Yeah, like
I wonder. I'll have to go look
yeah.
just to see what it is. Curious. But isn't Eric at
Yes,
from Moz fame?
Eric Torenberg of Turpentine and Moz
Yeah.
fame joined A16Z, and I think focusing on media and
so
and
that makes
content.
sense that he would be maybe heading the charge for that. Interesting. All right, I gotta reshare my other group.
It's funny. I feel like a few years ago, you kind of start hearing about just like new media, right? Podcasts take over news because it's like zero barrier to entry. Anyone can do it. Substack taking over newspapers, like podcasts taking over TVs, Substacks taking over. Like there's a whole trend of kind of what new media is. And I think it's like any cycle, you got to the point where it's like there were people, it's like, okay, podcasts are done. Right?
Yeah, too many. There's too many podcasts. Nobody's watching.
It's done. Yeah. We're moving on. Podcasts are old. And quietly, podcasts have not even gotten started.
No. It's not even close to done. But I think you're seeing, this is what's interesting. And this is where I feel like we were a little ahead of some folks, is the live stream. Too, like people live streaming more and having better experiences with it too. So I think you're seeing more of that in traditional, like we were seeing it from gamers for a long time, like with Twitch and that kind of thing. Right. But I don't think you were seeing it more mainstream until fairly recently. So I think that's
that was like too. People loved All In because it was like a tech focused podcast, but and Unfiltered, and you have people who are not just kind of media people covering from the outside. They're people from the inside talking,
exactly.
And they loved it. And then all of a sudden a weekly show became too late. It was like, why am I going to listen to news that happened 3 days ago? I want things live. Yeah. So the format.
I think if you're doing interviews and lifestyle, the podcast works, like a weekly or something like that. If you're doing news, I think it's very hard to, it's hard for us to not do daily. And we're covering this little tiny niche. If you're doing something like a tech focus, like a whole tech focus or something, you got to be, daily, I think is going to be the way for sure. Clearly not. Gregarious. I started my first podcast in 2003. Podcasting has clearly been an overnight success. Exactly. And I did and good point here. Independent media is now running it in politics. Absolutely. And you're seeing things like the Bulwark taking off right now and Pod Save America and a whole bunch of things on the, both sides of the aisle. Like you've got, the Charlie Kirks and the Glenn Becks and all that too. So, and Tucker Carlson, like doing his own thing. Like you have these pretty big names who were able to like move over to independent media pretty quickly and find a lot of audience. So there's definite market for it. I'll just put it that way. All right, a few more things. Oh, Piers Morgan.
Let's move on. I'm starting to get triggered.
I know. Piers Morgan too. Yep. I know. It's this from our friend Oxford. People who don't believe in content coins and social trading should look at this. Base app, 7x more active traders per user than the old Coinbase wallet. If you want to lose, stay on the sidelines. Woof. I mean, she's coming right at you. I think that was for you, Adrian. I'm just kidding.
I need to have a talk with Oxford.
I thought this is really interesting, but I think this speaks to exactly the thesis that I've been saying all along, is that if you integrate it into an existing social feed, it works. If you try and do just a standalone, I don't think it works long term. I just don't. I don't think you're going to have folks going to a separate Zora app as much as they are going to just coin things they see in their feed, and also buy things they see in their feed. So trending notifications, that kind of stuff. And we see that like those trending notifications both on for coins as well as collectibles and things like that on Farcaster has been driving some traffic. Like we saw that, Jack Butcher found out that he had launched a creator coin, because he got a notification that people were collecting it on Farcaster, which is funny. I saw something from Betty, who collected something that Betterment did. So Betty from Deadfellas had collected, she didn't know that connection whatsoever, but she saw it trending. And the reason it was trending was because of Betterment. So very interesting flywheel happening right now with all these different pieces of the puzzle. So we've got Lego blocks that are very interesting right now.
Wild.
Yeah. I don't think everyone fully and by the way, this is with beta. Like we're still in beta. So where are we going? It's going to be interesting. This from 6, this is funny. Explaining Zora to my normie friends. It's like Instagram, but every time you post, you launch an ERC20, Ethereum request for comment 20 token on Base, which is an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain by Coinbase. The ERC20 token is paired against another ERC20 token in a Uniswap version 4 liquidity pool. That ERC20 token is your creator coin, which is paired against another ERC20 token called the Zora token. Ethereum layer 2s are the solution designed to enhance the scalability of the Ethereum network. They operate on top of the Ethereum blockchain, layer 1, inheriting its security while striving to provide faster and less costly transactions. What's the problem? All your normie friends will get that. I don't, were they not understanding? I like Jan's comment here. I thought I knew what Zora was before reading this. I don't suggest this explanation to your normie friends.
Jacob responded to like something was like nailed it. I was like, what did he say? No, I didn't something.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, banger. How many of you onboarded with this? That would be 0.
Guess what? I just bid on this, by the way.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
This is fun. We should do a new show, I think, where it's just like live, like we just pull up casts and live bid on content.
And just live bid. If we could bid on web, I would already be doing this. Yeah, it's
right. Coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Or if we could, the other thing is that we can't do right now, just so everyone understands that, TBA in beta is not available on the web either.
Yeah.
So
is it ever going to be?
I don't know. That's a good question. We didn't ask Jesse that, and we really should. I would assume so, because Coinbase Wallet was available on web, I think.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah. Pretty sure.
I never used it on web.
Sure. I think I only used it on mobile, but I'm pretty sure it was available on web. So I think that's going to be because we could be collecting coins and things like that, but we can't do that on the stream. So
yeah. Also, our lawyer told us not to.
Our lawyer, we probably shouldn't do that.
We're not on stream.
It's crime season. It's fine. I said that to my mother at one point. I forget what we were talking about, and I'm like, it's fine. It's crime season. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, never mind. It's all good. All right, moving on.
It's not a crime if everything's going to 0.
If everything's going to 0, it's not a crime, right? This from 0x Designer. This is not a criticism, but just clocking a feeling. I've been avoiding posting on the Base app because I don't want to make a coin. I've tried rationalizing over and over why I don't like coins, and I don't think I've gotten to the bottom of the real why, but I don't like coins, and I want to know why. So I just said, you can turn that off.
Can you? Is it at this your profile setting? Not in
no, it's at every time you cast, you can turn it off if you really wanted to. But also if you're already on Farcaster, you'll probably just use Farcaster rather than the Base app if you don't want that feature. But also there's other things in the Base app that are different from Farcaster. So I would recommend, and in particular, group chats that you can do some cool things. So
yeah.
But I think this is not an unusual feeling. I have mixed feelings as well, which I've talked about. And yeah, so I get that. I turn that off sometimes when I'm over there.
Yeah.
And it's just a me thing.
I'm happy when people clock their feelings. I don't like complaining and criticism don't need negativity, but people are entitled to have different feelings, especially as new things come out. One of the things I feel like I'm picking up on is this one that I don't care what anyone says, the tokens and the market for everything is infinitely more complex concept than one-on-one NFT in terms of like what it is to buy a content. So one, you have like just the complexity of something for which adds to just kind of that cognitive overload. People don't really want to have to like, do you really want to have to think about what that means? Like if you're trying to understand something new, it's like, that can be annoying. And then there's this perception of just coining everything being like jammed down your throat of like being forced to, and it's, you know, and it's all anyone's talking about and you don't have a choice. So my feeling is a lot of the unease, and maybe Xerox designer, maybe other, I don't know if this is what he's feeling, but I feel like other people is just like, don't force anything on me. Is like, that's where the rejection comes from. And especially in the crypto world, right, where people try to be like more rebellious than like, or have to, you know, I don't want anyone to tell me what to do, you know, F you, I won't do what you tell me. Like just there's like a punk vibe.
Totally.
That being said, my feeling on this is like, I just gave up, and it was like, whatever, like you want to coin everything, let's get to coining everything. I don't think about it. I don't trade it.
But it took a little while. It took a while
it took
for
me
you to get there. Yeah.
Totally.
But
I just finally gave up, and you're like, yeah, I don't care. But I don't think about it. I don't try to trade anything. I don't try to make money off of anything. I just ignore it. And that's kind of where I'm at now, which is like, sure, you want to coin things, let's just, you know, see. But I think a lot of people feel similar to him.
I do too. I think there's a lot of folks who have a similar feeling. I think the other thing is that Xerox designer used to mint a lot. He used to mint an every day. He used to mint something every day on Zora. So there was a whole collection that he had. I think it was on Zora. Might have been on Manifold. I'm pretty sure it was on Zora. So it says the airdrop denier. So I can understand that also that's a shift, because if you're an artist or designer or content creator, you want people to collect your art. You don't necessarily want them to just be trading a coin that represents your art. You know what I mean? So there's a little different feel to it as well. I think I think that's really more the artist than it is like a typical content creator. Like I don't consider
the
us
influencer.
Art. Yeah, I think there's
I consider us.
These things are different. You know what I mean? So if you're just an influencer, you create content, or just a person who creates content and you have something go viral, like that's cool, that's fun, whatever. But if you're an artist and it's just different. So I can understand that being slower. Yeah,
totally agree. I also identify as a person who creates content.
Yeah.
I identify. You're 100% right. And I also, you added, I forget, you said something really smart that I wanted to underscore.
I don't remember what it was. That was
then I got distracted. By the way, I'm just
ago.
seeing all of our friends in the chat saying hi to each other and sending hearts. Nice. And it makes me so happy. Guys,
it's so nice. We like seeing you guys chat with each other.
You guys know people make friends in our chat, and we love it.
Yeah. And we talked about this again during poker with JC and Poe on meeting through GM Farcaster through a poker game, and then meeting at our event. So
yes, and now they're working together. So
now they're working together.
People are getting job opportunities from people they're meeting in the network. We have not yet created a love connection.
Not yet,
but it is going to happen. So.
This has been a goal of Adrian's, a little secret side goal of Adrian's.
It was your goal. It was your goal that I just took. It wasn't even something I wanted to do. And then I decided to run with it.
It should be a dating game. Everything's
but at some point, like we are going to be, I'm going to say I believe in manifesting, and also like once you put something out in the world, things happen. So we are going to be invited to a wedding.
Oh, that's what it was.
In the future. No, not a Farcaster wedding. Look, Sam and Carlos. We love Sam and Carlos, the OG, Matayo and Sam, the OG Farcaster couple.
Yeah.
We want invites. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of they're not engaged yet, I don't think.
Yeah. No,
but
they're not.
But they should be. But they should be, and they should invite us to the wedding. Okay. That's not what I was going to say. Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
I don't want to say that. Okay. No, what I want to say is there's going to be a time when we're invited to a wedding.
45 minutes in. Yes, Adrian, we're live.
We're going to be invited to a wedding, and the couple is going to do their toast, and they're going to talk about how they met through GM Farcaster chat.
You're so funny.
Or because you and I set them up. I just need this to happen.
It's a little bit Y Combinator, a little bit Tinder.
Yeah. Meet your co-founder, meet your spouse.
I don't think I do. I think Adrian would probably be better at matchmaking. I'll be honest. But maybe.
I'm
and
not
yes,
sure.
we love all the GM Farcaster chatters as well. We really do. All right, we've got a few more things before we wrap. Not much left, but Base and Coinbase have had a bit of a run the past couple days. This from Base, the Coinbase Protocol security team is now offering free security reviews to a cohort of apps and protocols on Base chain in beta. Selected teams will receive a scoped review, security-related recommendations, and other assistance to improve. Spots are limited. Read more in our blog. So if you're building a mini app or app on Base and you want some assistance with the security, go check this out because this seems like a really cool thing.
This is super cool, by the way. And this is like in light of the big news of the T app. And I was thinking about
like we talked about the other day too. Yeah.
Whose responsibility is security? Is it the app builder to secure, or is it the end user who's going to, like, should you be responsible? And I was thinking back of like, yes to crypto. Okay.
I know. I just put a, let's see how quick he's catching up. And then I just said, let's see how long it takes for him to catch up.
It's the time traveling thing. It's so funny. Yeah. But I go back to like in the startup world, startups can move fast and public companies and old companies move slow, but public companies often have to do some sort of compliance and regulation that proves, this is the whole SOX compliance and proves they have certain policies and procedures that ensure certain securities. So I just had more appreciation for some of the slower companies out there that but you kind of, even though you can't really, I guess also there's been so many data hacks of public companies that have been regulated as well. So there's so little trust in institutions and companies these days anyway. So I don't have an answer, but I like this one. Like as a user, when you look at like smart contracts, like audited contracts don't guarantee that they're not going to have vulnerabilities, but you still want to work with companies that have audited their contracts, like better than not. So I wonder when it comes to mini apps, like there's no approval.
Sorry, I just had a Brian thought.
Okay. I don't know. But when it comes to approval, like, wouldn't it be nice to know, like, that mini apps have gone through some level of, I mean, this is also the App Store, right? App Store, it's hard to get your app on the App Store because Apple does a review, then you can trust it more. All of which to say, guess what? You're in a new thing, expect things not to work. And, but also think twice before you send all your personal data to a mini app.
Yeah, that too. And I think that, coming on the heels of the QR hack there as well, like that is another reason. I'm sure that this came out this week. So so if you have a mini app or app, go take advantage of that. Save yourself some hassle. Let them point out any security issues. Okay, couple more things. This from Jesse. A new day one for American financial markets. Nice pick with him and Hester Peirce from the SEC, and she's the head of the crypto task force. They had a big report that came out this week as well. Hester, please come on. I want to talk to you. We really should make a serious effort to make that happen sometime. But this is fun to see. And there's a lot of people in the New York area for the Figma. Like there's been a lot of stuff happening this week. This from Brian Armstrong. Coinbase is becoming the everything exchange. All assets will inevitably move on chain. So we want to have everything you want to trade in one place. Incoming DEX integration, access millions of assets, and expansion of our derivatives offerings, new tokenized equities, and more. So this is pretty big. And I think, to your point, when we were just talking about people who move slow and people who move fast, and that public companies tend to move slower. When I think about Coinbase, they're to me the slower moving in the space of crypto in a good way, in that trying to, be compliant, do the right thing, all those kinds of things. They've moved a little slower than some other companies, but a lot of those other companies have moved fast and already burned out. So it's good to see them keep going. And very cool to see this. This from Dan. Coinbase automatically listing all on-chain assets will be the end of the listing pop Keynesian beauty contest. Will also mean the easy access to everything will make it harder to find your thing. Curation and discovery, both on Coinbase and in crypto social, will become even more important. Also, shout out to Balaji for correctly identifying that Coinbase model was Yahoo directory and needed to shift to Google index all the way back in 2018. Very interesting. Then Jacob's comment below. Balaji's 1-year stint at Coinbase needs to be studied. I can't believe he was only there for 1 year.
Totally.
Which also was Zinger's comment. It seems like he had a very big impact because he's also backed the USDC play too. So pretty big. But I think that was it's really interesting. So right now, what he's referring to is right now, when you get a listing on Coinbase, it tends to make the token pop. It's like a big thing that people have strived for with their meme coins or their project coins. And when that happens, you always see like a little bump, and you can see that from Banker this week if you didn't notice that part. So if everything gets listed on the DEX, like what Brian's talking about over here, then you're not going to see that same like pop when the listings happen, but it's also going to become a little bit more democratic, if you will, and more market focused as to what does pop. So it's going to be focused more on those social cues, I think, are going to be even more important, especially where you have the base app able to pull at those strings as well. So
yeah.
Any other thoughts on that? I like the thought of Coinbase model was Yahoo and needed to shift to Google is really interesting. It's interesting.
And I've heard it before,
phrasing.
And it seems obvious.
Yeah, but
like,
yeah. And the curation is going to be interesting as well. And I think that's where we were talking with Dish the other day, and he did like the champagne clankers, like he had this like, or the index that Calo is doing. And I think those type of things will become more useful when you don't have the sort of anointing by Coinbase, so to speak. So it's going to be more market focused.
It just lets more and more people decide.
Be the kingmakers.
Yeah.
So different kingmakers coming in. And
like GM Farcaster.
GM Farcaster. Yes, we're so good at picking tokens, of course. Look at our wallets. JK. Anyway, this from Brian Armstrong. We're hosting a Q&A following our Q2 financial results this week, live on Twitter on August 1st at 10 a.m. Pacific. Maybe someday live on Base. Like literally, we could do this today, Brian. Like you could have been streaming this in the GM Farcaster app. We could have helped you out. Ask your questions below. We'll answer the best ones. So this is going to be interesting. So today they are doing their earnings. They're doing their earnings reporting, and you will see that live. The other thing they've done for a while now is put the earnings on chain. So I'm assuming they'll do the same, and my guess is it will be a coin, but we'll see.
Of course, yeah,
we'll see.
You just type in and tell Brian he can stream on
Yeah.
base today. Well, we got
Want
him.
to stream on base today? I should. And then this was very cool. Overseen in the Coinbase earnings, 700K waitlist for Base app. So within the report, Base chain remains the number one L2, 700,000 on the waitlist for the Base app. Drove median fees down to 0.0005 and reduced block times to 200 milliseconds. So pretty amazing. And USDC payments on Base chain are now live on Shopify payments, which I still haven't found, but I got to figure that out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gregarious, you are not alone. You're with 700,000 other people.
If that makes you feel any better.
You don't have TBA yet.
Yeah. You're really not. Most of it is the same content in terms of what you see on Farcaster, you also see on the Base app. Mm-hmm. The things you're missing is the coining in your feed, where you can just click on a little market cap indicator and purchase the coin. And then the chats are different. So that's the other thing too, is you can do some things with agents in the chats that you can't do on Farcaster. So that's that. I was looking to see if I missed anything in the chat here. Yeah, this chat and super chat is pretty good. Yeah. All right. One last thing that I just thought was funny. Hold on. This from Dan. Every day on Twitter, I witnessed the dumbest take imaginable, only to wake up the next day and realize yesterday was just a warm-up. And Chaskin's response, reading your old tweets.
Ouch. Unnecessary.
Unnecessary, but funny.
But
and Dan's reply, okay, banger. So everyone kind of likes that one. Inverse bra. Yeah, so that was funny. And that's it. I think that's everything. And did I miss anything, Adrian? Anything that is happening that I may have missed? I'm still feeling a little lost without my trending feed. I got to be honest. I feel like I'm missing things. I've got to figure that out.
I want to go back and just look at trending. What?
I just want to double check and make sure I'm not missing things. And
why does V hate us?
I don't know. What
did we do to you? What did we do to you?
I don't, I think it was that so many people complained about it. They were just like, okay, fine, we're done.
Yeah.
Sorry, prof. That was it.
Okay, here's what you missed. Tonight, Farcaster Friday. It is First Friday, which means get together with Farcaster people in your area. It's not too late to plan. And there will be a New York City meetup and I will be hanging out with some Farcaster friends tonight.
Amazing. And I don't know if the Farcaster Fridays channel is still kicking. I don't know if people are still posting in there for that, but let me look real quick.
The Base app is going to implement channels. Have we heard anything from the Base app about channel implementation?
I haven't. And I think it's not at the protocol level. So I'm not sure that they can unless it's at the protocol level, and it's not yet.
Maybe not create, but if people are tagging channels, they could create channel views or.
Yeah, that's true.
It's in the cast.
That's true. This is, there's some, if you go into the Farcaster Friday channel, there's not much in there right now. So maybe look in your local channel for that information. So there is one in New York. That's the only one I've heard of so far. Lynx often does one in Toronto. I don't know if he's doing one this month. There might be fewer because for August because of summer and also FWB happening. Yeah. So there might be a few places that the usual folks who organize may not be available. So yeah, but go find your local Farcaster Friday event. We're not doing a URL one since we just did poker last night. But oftentimes we do a poker game for our virtual version, but not this week. All right. Anything else, Adrian, that I may have forgotten? Do you see any other things out there in the world?
No.
All right.
Just take this as a reminder to everyone to please add our mini app if you haven't. And wherever you're watching, if you subscribe to us, it helps. So we appreciate it. And I saw a nice little bump in people minting our episodes because we made that easy to do. So just another thank you to everyone who's ever minted and collected. We appreciate it. And this was a fun show because on the show, I bid on 2 casts live because I have ADD. And when you say it, I have to go do it. And I just bought some of Jesse's post with Hester Pierce, his picture.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to the base app and just picked some of that up because that was the first time I kind of traded on a post. Like I've been coining mine.
Cool.
And then I casted that. So
I love it.
It's fun.
All right. There is one more thing that I saw in my feed that I wanted to point out that I thought was really funny. Yesterday, Afrochick said, "Is this a safe space? I have never watched or played Pokemon. I don't know. They all just look like Labubus to me." And my immediate reaction was, Peachy's going to have something to say. And then this was her this morning, logging in this morning after saying Pokemons look like Labubus, my notifications.
People had
blowing up. People had feelings. People had feelings about that.
Do you know?
They like their Pokemon.
Did you get into Pokemon?
No.
Okay. Old. Did you get into Labubu? Do you know who Labubu is?
No, I absolutely do. And also, no, there's no way. I think they're ugly. I'm looking for, like, if I was going to put something on a purse, which I don't even really carry a purse, it would be a Pudgy Penguin. I had to go grab it off of my thing because they make them very similarly that you can like hook these on to things. So yeah, but no, not my thing. Not my thing. But Pokemon Go was kind of fun for a minute. I did that a couple times, but cards and stuff wasn't my thing. I'm too old for that.
And this is all because Linda released vibe coded a Pokemon app.
Exactly. Yeah, it was all in relation to that. Yeah, there was a little vibe coded Pokemon app. And then, Afrochicks made this comment, and then people were not happy. All right. I think that's it. So we'll be back Monday, and then you are out for the rest of the week. I will have a guest host on Wednesday, and then we're going to take Friday off. And I haven't figured out what to do Monday. I had a thought. This might be dangerous. I don't know if I should say it live on the air.
I think
I had a thought that I do need a guest host for the following Monday. We could auction it off. It's very risky. It's very, very risky. Auctioning off the co-host.
I don't think we should do that.
We probably shouldn't, but I had a thought. I had a thought about it. And then have it like, be benefit something else like purple. But I did think about that. I'm like, that could be interesting, but we'll talk more about that. And then we'll also have poker next week as well. So lots of stuff happening, but he'll be taking a little vacay, which will be nice. All right, everyone. Yeah. This has been fun.
I'm taking a vacay before my vacay. The next
month, she's not going to be around much.
The next 2 months are going to be interesting. And but then I'm telling you, Q4 is going to be
locked in, locking in for Q4.
No vacation Q4.
No vacation Q4.
Lock in.
I actually don't think I have any vacations planned for Q4.
Q3, you're not going to see this face as much for the next 2 months.
All right, folks, we will be back on Monday. We'll see you then. Until then, everybody, bye-bye.